Are you really seeing the world as it is? Or are you simply viewing it through the lens of your own perspective, one filled with self-imposed limitations? Thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, or I will fail, do not define who you are. They are merely stories you've been telling yourself, nothing more. Stoicism doesn't ask you to change the world. Instead, it invites you to change how you see yourself. Because when your perspective shifts, everything around you will begin to transform. In this video, I will share profound lessons and personal experiences drawn from the philosophy of Stoicism. Don't just listen passively. Truly engage, reflect deeply. Because within this video you may find the missing piece that helps you see yourself and your life from a completely new perspective. Don't skip a single moment. Sometimes even the smallest shift in your mindset today can ignite a monumental transformation in your future. Turn dreams into reality. Imagine standing before a breathtaking painting where every dream you've ever had has come true. You see yourself, successful, joyful, and full of inspiration. But then you blink. The vision fades, replaced by reality, where you are still struggling, trapped in doubts and fears. What happened? Why can't that dream life become your real life? The answer is simple yet powerful. It's the way you perceive yourself that holds you back. Stoicism is not a distant or impractical theory. It is a guiding light, helping you face life with clarity and courage. Epictetus once said, "First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." So who do you want to become? Someone who only dreams but never acts? Or someone brave enough to turn dreams into reality? Remember, dreams do not magically come true. They are not the result of luck or miracles. They are built through action, perseverance, and the courage to face failure head-on. Think about Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. He failed over 1,000 times, but he didn't view those attempts as failures. Instead, they were valuable lessons along the path to discovery. I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work. This is the essence of Stoicism, transforming failure into a stepping stone for greater achievements. But when everything seems to be against you, how do you hold on to this belief? How do you keep going when the challenges feel insurmountable? Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor of Rome, gave us a powerful reminder. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. You cannot control the outside world, but you can absolutely control how you perceive and respond to it. Stoicism doesn't teach us to daydream. It teaches us to see reality clearly and act within our means. So don't sit idly by, waiting for a miracle. Dreams won't come true unless you act. Define exactly what you want. Don't just say you want success or happiness. Be specific. Who do you want to become? What do you want to achieve in this life? And then start now. Even if everything isn't perfect yet, perfection will never come. Seneca once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that things are difficult." Ask yourself, what if I fail? But more importantly, ask, what if I succeed? Let that thought drive your actions. Look around. Those who dared to dream and acted to make those dreams reality, they are not more special than you. They simply believed in themselves and committed to their path. They failed, but didn't let failure define them. They faced difficulties, but didn't let obstacles stop them. So what about you? What will define you, fear or action? Remember, dreams are not destinations. They are journeys. Whether your steps are big or small, what matters most is, you never stop moving forward. Once you've learned to turn dreams into action, another challenge awaits: transforming pain into power. As you begin taking action to turn your dreams into reality, you'll inevitably face challenges along the way. And here, a difficult truth will reveal itself. The path is not only filled with victories, but also with pain and hardships. However, the key is not whether we suffer, but how each of us responds to that suffering. Transform pain into power. Not everyone reacts the same when confronted with adversity. Some are knocked down and never rise again, yet others, even when sinking deep into seemingly unbearable pain, ignite a strength they never knew they had. So, what's the secret? Stoic philosophy answered this question over 2,000 years ago. Pain is not the enemy. It is an opportunity to forge yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Instead of letting hardship drown them, Stoics view suffering as a challenge that must be overcome to grow. So how do you turn pain into strength? The first step is acceptance. Understand that suffering is an inseparable part of life. Acceptance does not mean surrender. It means realizing that some things are simply beyond your control. Seneca once wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, just as labor strengthens the body." Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What can I learn from this?" You might think this sounds idealistic, but just look at real people and real stories, and you'll see the strength of this philosophy in action. Take Ludwig van Beethoven, for example. When he lost his hearing, the worst fate for a musician, many thought it was the end of his career. But in that painful silence, Beethoven composed timeless masterpieces like Symphony No. 9, a work admired even to this day. Beethoven once declared, "I will seize fate by the throat. It shall certainly never wholly overcome me." Instead of letting loss crush him, he transformed it into an unstoppable driving force that gave birth to music the world will forever cherish. But you don't have to be Beethoven to find strength in your own pain. Start with small, simple steps. When facing challenges, pause and ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? Don't let negative emotions consume you. Instead, look for concrete actions to move forward. Write in a journal, meditate, or simply talk to someone you trust. Do not fear facing your pain. That very courage will help you grow. You might be thinking, that's easier said than done. And you're right. No one said this journey would be easy, but it is precisely the difficulty that makes it worthwhile. Strength doesn't come from avoiding pain. It comes from facing it and rising above. Life isn't always fair, but that doesn't matter. What matters is who you become because of the challenges you face. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't about how many hardships they experience. It's about who knows how to rise and grow through them. So next time life throws you a seemingly insurmountable challenge, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, ask, "How will this shape me?" Because in the end, only you can decide who you become after life's storms. And once you learn how to turn pain into power, you'll realize an even deeper truth. Not everything in life deserves your worry or attention. We often get caught up in trivial matters, losing sight of what truly matters. Once you've learned how to turn pain into strength, another important question naturally arises. What truly deserves your time, energy, and focus? In today's chaotic world, staying centered on what truly matters might be one of our greatest challenges. Focus on what truly matters. Take a look at some of the world's greatest minds, like Albert Einstein. Despite becoming one of the most brilliant scientists in history, he never allowed himself to get caught up in the glamour of fame. Einstein once said, "Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value." It was his commitment to his core values that not only drove his scientific achievements, but also made him a symbol of wisdom and humanity. But what about us? Ordinary people navigating through life's constant distractions and pressures. How can we learn to focus on what truly matters? The first step is to separate what you can control from what you cannot. This idea forms the very foundation of Stoic philosophy. You can't control other people's actions, the weather, or life's unexpected turns. But what you can always control is your attitude and your response. The next time you face a challenging situation, pause and ask yourself, will this still matter to me 5 years from now? This simple question helps you filter out unnecessary worries and concentrate only on what truly holds lasting value. The second step is to practice gratitude for life's simplest moments. In a world that constantly pushes us to want more, do more, and become more, Stoicism reminds us that true happiness comes from appreciating what we already have. Seneca once wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." Take a moment each day to reflect on and feel grateful for life's small yet precious gifts. A peaceful morning, a warm hug from a loved one, or simply a hot cup of coffee on a sunny day. Lastly, be selective about your relationships and influences. Not everyone deserves your time and energy. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This means your environment shapes you. You are the average of the people you spend the most time with. So, surround yourself with those who inspire positivity, kindness, and growth. Don't hesitate to step away from toxic relationships or individuals who constantly pull you down. When you finally learn to focus on what truly matters, you'll begin to notice a subtle yet profound shift. Happiness won't be found in grand achievements or distant dreams. Instead, it will reside in the simplest, most authentic moments. You'll no longer feel the urge to compete with others or live up to unrealistic expectations. Instead, you'll live a life filled with purpose, meaning, and deep inner peace. So, are you ready to embrace this path? If so, hit that like button to show your commitment to change. Because remember, every great journey begins with the smallest step. And once you've mastered the art of focusing on what truly matters, it's time to uncover another vital lesson: how to achieve balance and discover true success. Once you've learned to focus on your core values, you don't just change the way you see the world, you change the way you see yourself. At that moment, success is no longer something you desperately chase. Success finds you, just as it finds those who live in alignment with their values and their own rhythm. Achieve balance and true success. Take a look at Haruki Murakami, the renowned Japanese author. He doesn't write for awards or recognition. Murakami writes because writing helps him maintain inner balance, offering a quiet refuge from the noise of the world. He didn't chase success. Success found him. And that makes all the difference when you live true to your values. But in today's fast-paced world, how do we maintain this balance? There's a simple yet powerful exercise from Stoic philosophy called negative visualization. Instead of only daydreaming about ideal outcomes, spend a few minutes each day imagining the worst-case scenarios. Losing your job, failing an important project, or even losing a loved one. This practice isn't meant to instill fear. Rather, it helps you appreciate what you currently have, because nothing lasts forever. When you fully accept the worst, it no longer holds power over you. Ask yourself, what am I really chasing? Is it truly making me happy? Am I trading inner peace for external validation? And most importantly, if I lost everything tomorrow, could I still stand strong and start again? Always remember, true success is not about what you achieve, it's about who you become along the journey. When you find balance, you don't just succeed, you inspire others, change the way you view yourself. You are not simply the sum of your accomplishments or awards. You are the spirit and mindset you uphold through every step of your journey. And once you master inner balance, no success will lead you astray, and no failure will bring you down. If you've made it this far, congratulations. Your patience and your commitment to self-investment are already laying the foundation for true transformation. Every part of this message is a crucial puzzle piece in understanding the art of balance and true success. When you discover inner balance and stop chasing meaningless goals, a deeper truth slowly becomes clear. Success is not a destination. It is a journey you build step by step every single day. And along this journey, what often holds you back is not the world outside, but the limiting beliefs quietly growing inside you. Now is the time to look deeper within yourself, to break free from those invisible chains and unlock your true potential. 5. Break free from limiting beliefs. Have you ever asked yourself, why can't I move forward? The answer may not lie out there in the world. It may exist deep within your own mind, hidden in the form of limiting beliefs that have quietly taken root over time. Thoughts like, I'm not smart enough, I wasn't born for this, I'm bound to fail. These are not harmless whispers. They are invisible chains pulling you back toward a smaller, dimmer version of yourself. Stoic philosophy teaches us a powerful truth. What holds us back isn't our circumstances. It's how we perceive and respond to them. Epictetus, who rose from slavery to become a great philosopher, once said, "People are not disturbed by things, but by their view of things." The fears and limits you feel are often just creations of your mind. And if they were created by your thoughts, they can also be destroyed by your thoughts. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you plant seeds of doubt and fear, you will harvest frustration and stagnation. But if you plant seeds of self-belief and persistence, that garden will bloom with confidence and success. You may wonder, how do I even know if limiting beliefs are holding me back? The answer lies in your reactions to opportunities and challenges. When faced with something new, do you instantly think, I can't do this? Or do you say, I'll give it a shot and learn from the experience? If your first instinct is to withdraw, that is a clear sign that limiting beliefs are quietly steering your life. They don't shout. They whisper. They hide in the smallest corners of your mind, gently pulling you toward the safer, yet far less fulfilling path. So, how can you break free from these limiting beliefs? Step 1. Identify and confront them. When you hear that inner voice saying, I'm not good enough, pause and ask yourself, why do I believe this? Is it really true, or just fear rooted in past failures? Write down these negative beliefs and examine them objectively. You'll often find they have no solid foundation at all. Step 2. Replace limiting beliefs with real actions. Stoicism emphasizes the power of action. You don't need to make giant leaps right away. Start with small but consistent steps. For example, afraid of public speaking. Start by talking to a small group of friends. Think you're not qualified for a career change? Try learning one new skill today. Each action you take is a silent yet powerful declaration to yourself. I can. Take inspiration from David Goggins, a former Navy SEAL and ultramarathon runner. He didn't begin with exceptional strength or resilience. He faced violence, racism, and deep personal struggles growing up. But instead of letting those hardships define him, Goggins chose to face them, bit by bit, day by day. In his book, Can't Hurt Me, he famously said, "Motivation is crap. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline is everything." Goggins didn't rely on fleeting inspiration. He trusted discipline and perseverance to break through the limits he once thought were unbreakable. Mastering discipline and perseverance does more than help you achieve goals. It transforms the way you see yourself. Every time you push past laziness, every time you continue through exhaustion, you send a powerful message to yourself. I can. This belief becomes a rock-solid foundation in not only for your personal growth, but also to inspire those around you. So, are you ready to change the way you see yourself? Declare it proudly. I choose discipline. And remember, every small step you take today will lead you to great heights tomorrow. Once you master discipline and perseverance, another important door opens. Adopting a winning mindset. The only thing you truly have full control over. Once you've broken free from limiting beliefs and embraced discipline, a new door opens. This is the turning point. The moment where everything begins to change. Adopting a winning mindset. The only thing you truly have full control over. Adopt a winning mindset. Stoicism has never encouraged us to chase things beyond our reach, or to sit around hoping fate will somehow favor us. Instead, it emphasizes this simple yet profound truth. True strength lies within. The way you define yourself, not external circumstances, is the key to genuine and lasting success. A winning mindset is not an inborn gift or a privilege granted to a lucky few. It is the result of mental discipline, of understanding and applying the timeless principles of Stoicism. Ask yourself, what does true victory mean to me? Is it wealth, fame, or the applause of others? Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." The Stoic idea of a winning mindset is not about defeating others. It's about conquering yourself, your limitations, your fears, and the insecurities that hold you back. Imagine standing in the middle of a fierce storm. The winds howl, rain pours relentlessly, and everything around you seems to be falling apart. Yet even in that chaos, there exists a place of calm, right in the center of your own mind. This is the mindset Stoics strive for. No matter how harsh the circumstances, you always have the power to control your thoughts and emotions. A powerful example of this mindset is Bethany Hamilton, the American surfer. At just 13 years old, she lost her left arm in a shark attack. For many, that would have marked the end of a career. But Bethany refused to let tragedy define her. Within months, she was back on her surfboard competing professionally again. She once said, "I don't need easy, I just need possible." That spirit perfectly reflects Stoicism. You don't need life to be easy. You just need to be strong enough to rise above it. So how can you develop this winning mindset in your own life? First, practice inner control. You cannot control everything that happens, but you can always control how you respond. Second, embrace failure as part of the journey. No one achieves success without stumbling along the way. Those with a winning mindset do not let failure define them. Finally, appreciate the journey itself, not just the destination. A winning mindset is not only about reaching your goals, it's about enjoying the process of growing and evolving every day. Remember this: every day you face your fears. Every time you choose to rise after falling, that's victory in itself. Kani, you dare to see yourself as a winner even when life isn't perfect? Do you believe that, in your darkest moments, you can still find the strength to rise? Victory is not measured by how far you've gone, but by your courage to begin and your resilience to keep going. And once you truly understand that how you perceive yourself is the greatest power you hold, the journey does not stop here, because the ultimate challenge isn't about beating others, it's about conquering yourself. Once you've embraced a winning mindset, you arrive at one of life's greatest realizations. The ultimate victory is not over others, but over yourself. This is the true pinnacle of Stoicism, where you understand that mastering yourself is the key to mastering the world. Conquer yourself. Conquer the world. This journey, however, is far from easy. It demands persistence and unwavering discipline. Stoicism teaches that every hardship is not a roadblock, but rather an opportunity to become stronger with each passing day. Of course, there will be moments when you want to give up. But in those very moments, when you overcome laziness and push past fear, you win a small yet powerful battle against yourself. When anger or disappointment arises, pause and ask yourself, will this reaction help me become a better version of myself? Stoicism does not tell us to avoid emotions. Instead, it encourages us to face them, master them, and never let them take control. The world will always throw unexpected challenges your way, but how you respond, that is what truly defines who you are. Self-mastery also means accepting your imperfections. You don't need to be perfect. Failures and mistakes are essential teachers along the path of growth. Stoicism reminds us that your only goal each day is to be better than you were yesterday. There is no need to compare yourself to others. Each journey is unique. What matters most is knowing you are moving forward on the right path, step by step, with unwavering determination. Ask yourself, am I ready to face myself? Do I have the courage to acknowledge my weaknesses and patiently overcome them? Stoicism teaches that only when you master your mind and emotions can you find true freedom and happiness. The world may be full of injustice and unpredictability, but you always hold the power to choose your response. You decide who you will become, regardless of circumstances. And when you conquer yourself, you don't just change how you see the world. You gain the ability to make a real difference, because in the end, the greatest victor is not the one who defeats others, but the one who conquers himself. We've now explored 8 timeless Stoic lessons that have the power to transform how you see yourself and your life. But remember, knowledge alone is not enough. Action is what makes all the difference. Every great transformation begins with the smallest of steps. A single thought, a conscious decision, a moment where you choose to take control instead of being ruled by emotions or external circumstances. Always remember, you are not what happens to you. You are how you choose to respond. If you found value in this video, please take a moment to hit the like button. It lets me know these insights resonated with you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Which lesson impacted you the most? Or share your story so we can all learn and grow together. And don't forget to pass this video along to someone who might need a little inspiration today. Because sometimes just one sentence can change a day or even a life. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button. There's so much more valuable content coming your way. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.